welcome back to another video, and these are the best SUVs to get under $15,000, right? We're seeing the average budget for cars go up a little bit. It was like $10,000. Now it's getting up, 12, 15, around that range. So I figured I'd make a video. The RAV4 Limited all-wheel drive. A car, well, hybrid, that is so great that I made a video on this singular car, right? I love this car. The car interior is great. I owned one of these. It wasn't a hybrid, and it wasn't this particular facelifted generation. It was the previous one, and it was an XLE, so it didn't have all the fancy features. But I still loved mine, and I love this one. Just amazing. Just a great car overall. You have nice seat presets. I will say, there's a lot of plastic. All this is plastic. It's a Toyota. They last forever, but they're very plasticky. And wow, that's really it. Very nice car if you can find one of these for an acceptable, reasonable price. Because the issue is, when people like me know that it's a very good car, everyone does, right? $14,000, 115,000 miles. Buy it. Buy it. 2 words. Buy it right now. Great cars. It'll last you your entire life. The next car is the 2017 Honda CR-V. Now, there are some things I don't like about this car. I don't like the 6-spoke weird, triangular wheels. I like the 5 spokes much better. Just a very nice vehicle. All-wheel drive. It's what you'd expect from a CR-V. Very nice vehicle. The one thing that I don't like is the interior. Honda kind of never really got out of that weird retro phase that I mentioned before. They're still kind of in it. So just a very nice car, very lovely leather interior. Things are a little bit more rugged than I think they should be in this vehicle, but still not bad. You got some silver on the doors. You got a great cargo compartment and cargo area. All-wheel drive, wheels, everything, engine, everything's doing very well in this car. Everything looks just amazing and great. And they're trying. Genesis, I don't like you. No one does. Anyway, they've kept up with the times and kept, it looking very nice and modern over the years, and especially even the 2017 ones look modern for my tastes. This is a 2017, $13,995. If you can find one, they're great. This is the Volvo XC60. Remember, the Volvo, Wonder SUV. Volvo, as a car company, has always kind of been in their space. They've always been in, their own league, their own lane, only making cars that they wanted to make, right? Kind of like me with videos, right? I only make videos on topics that I want to make, and also suggestions. I do suggestions a lot. And so when they finally were coming out with it, a crossover SUV, remember, this is 2008, I believe, and, they hadn't really done SUVs before. In 2002, of course, they came out with the XC90, but they hadn't done crossovers yet, and so this would be, their first official crossover, and people loved it, right? People have always loved luxury crossovers because, remember, now they figured out how to make them for dirt cheap and lift their Kia Rios and turn them into the Hyundai Venue, and all these crappy things. Corolla Cross, actually a very good car, Honda, HR-V, all these crossovers. Before that, they were actually decent and nice and pricey, so people were willing to pay more to get pretty much the same thing that we have today. Very nice vehicle. Now, I just want to mention this, because when I saw this, I knew that I should talk about this and yap my head off about it. And that is trends and styles. Now, there's no issue, right? If I see something and I say, oh, that looks old, I want something newer. What is an issue is these companies, right? These companies take what looks like a good design, right? The old design, the good way of doing things, which is solid wood, very nice, very well put together. They see modern tastes and they say, we can make that out of plastic, right? We can make that out of, replace the leather, right? You want to know what? We're saving the animals by switching to vinyl. Definitely not because it's cheaper or anything. No, we're saving the animals. Why not? And they just, as styles and trends change, they find cheaper and cheaper ways to adhere to those styles and trends. Volvo is not a car company that does that. Hence the very 90s looking, fake panel tile floor on this car. I'm sure it's real wood. I'm sure it's beautiful. It looks great. It looks like one of those nice, cutting boards. You've got a very nice interior here. One thing I never really got about Volvo, they like everything tucked away, right? They like everything nice and tucked away. And sometimes it gets a little bit nonsensical. Your 12-volt port is here when your cups are right there and it could spill in. It's not a huge threat, but it's still not amazing. You've got your shifter right there. Lights up and indicates whatever mode you're in, like any Volvo shifter. You've, of course, got your buttons down here that change things, your dual zone climate control, and then your screen controls, which I can remember, this is not a touchscreen, you just control it with the buttons, but it's actually a very good system. You have your start engine stop where you put the key in, very nice Volvo-y way of doing things. These cars are just great. And then you have a very nice gauge cluster. almost fully digital. So you've got like analog, and then you've got like a digital thing in the center. Very, very nice. I've always loved these gauge clusters. And then, of course, since it's the 60 line, Volvo was cooking something up with the 60 line. Like, I love it when car companies like Toyota, with the Yaris, Yaris Cross, or Corolla, Corolla Cross, Corolla Hatchback, come up with one car name and they just make different variations of it, right? That was the king of the skies in the 90s. The Corolla, the Camry wagon, Camry hatchback, Camry sedan, Camry coupe. That's what they did, and Volvo has never really left that strategy, so all the cars look the same, and they're all great. Again, seem very nice. You know, Volvo isn't afraid to not be with the times, right? If Toyota came out with something like this, I'm sure every single automotive journalist would chuckle directly in their face, saying, oh, that's not in style anymore. Ancient, you know, the old fuddy-duddies said... Fuddy-duddies. The old fuddy-duddies at Toyota. I have no idea what modern people want. You know, those old bozos. But, you know, Volvo knows what actual luxury is, and that's what they like to make. Moonroof and sunroof. It's gonna leak. We all know it's gonna leak. These cars are great. I mean, if you can find one for an affordable price, they'll last forever. Not forever, but a decent amount of time. $14,425,000. Not very bad at all. 81,000 miles. Just great. T5 inscription. Very nice. Trim of the car, very nice car, period, very nice wheels, diamond cut, everything's there, right? This is a 2015 Lexus RX, and it is just so great. You can see that gray paint, you know, the silver, the chrome, the gray leather interior, everything feels very nice in here. It's, unfortunately, a Lexus. Okay, stop. Pitchforks down. Put your pitchforks down. I don't mean that it's bad that it's a Lexus. In fact, Lexus is the best luxury brand. I'm saying, from this time period, unfortunately, it's a Lexus because it inherited the worst thing about Lexus. Why do they do this? You know, automotive journalists like touchscreens because they look cool. I like touchscreens because it's just functional, right? When I see something on the screen, I just want to be able to grab my, my sausage finger and go boop, and it registers it. That's how it should be. I shouldn't have to use a glorified, Logitech gamer mouse to, move my cursor over to whatever icon. If I'm driving, I don't have time to, use a computer mouse to control my car. I just touch it. If I see an icon, I'm touching it, right? It's just so annoying. So, unfortunately, it's a Lexus from this era, and that it's inherited that. Everything else of this car lasts 100,000 miles, lasts 100 million miles, and all of it's going to be great. Heated, cooled seats, everything's really, really nice. You've got your clock down there, your temperature, dual zone. It's a Lexus, come on. The entire car's great. You've got your climate setup, radio, media, climate, and phone. What? Destination info app setup, radio, media, climate, and phone. Phone is an app now? Why not? And of course, it's a very small, crappy screen behind another very small, crappy piece of polycarbonate that's also in a very small, crappy, very big, crappy cutout. Yeah, this is what I didn't like about Lexus. They kind of took the out. Like, when they realized that people wanted screens, they just started doing this, which is this crappy plastic that the oil gets on it. You know that plastic where, like, if you're eating chicken and then you put your fingers on there, you're going to need, like, Dawn or something to get that off. It's just on there forever, and it's not coming off, right? Of course, you got your steering wheel. Everything's very, very nice. You've got your, again, nice Lexus. You've got, your gradient, except it's done with light instead of fake things. All your gauge cluster, ooh, platinum. Everything in this car is very obscenely nice. Great, very nice luxury vehicle. I've always loved the Lexus RXs. Very, very nice. Of course, you've got your gray cloth. That bit stinks. Dirt, leaves, everything, it'll stain it immediately. But it's a luxury car, and Lexus doesn't really care about that. So get some floor mats if you buy this car, but other than that, it's probably the best one on this list for purchase. Other than the Toyota. 141,000 miles, $13,999. Not bad. And the next car on this list is the 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander. These cars are great. I've always loved these cars. You have a big TV-like screen in the center. The Mitsubishi Outlander is one of the more durable cars here. Again, just very, very nice. Dual zone climate control. It's in red because Mitsubishi, their logo is red, so everything in the cars has to be red. Of course, high, low, heated seats, parking brake. Everything in this car is just so nice, easy to touch. Yeah, this is the frustrating bit. Cloth with leather. If you're going to put leather on the car, why put it on the sides? Like, we get it. Your arms are on the sides, right? So you feel the leather on your sides, and you're just going to be sitting on the cloth anyway. But when you spill something, it's going to run off the leather and onto the cloth, which I'm sure is what they want, because so that, you know, you can buy a new car. But it's still just so annoying. Like, if you're going to give us leather, or just give it cloth altogether, right? It's just better. It doesn't look sporty. It doesn't look good. It looks like crap. And also, one thing that's worse about leather than cloth is when, you know, getting in and out of it, it tends to tear, it tends to rip, wear down the fabric. Leather is just bad. Cloth tends to be better, you know, on the sides of cars for that reason, and yet you've got the worst of both worlds. Other than that, the entire interior is very nice. You've got your Mitsubishi steering wheel, very classy, you know, very interesting. You've got your 90s gradient with your park, your temperature gauge, your gas gauge, how many miles is on the clock, and, you know, 91 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, the cameraman must be baking. No wonder the AC's on low. Other than that, the rest of the car is just great. It's just a core. And if you can find just a car that works for you, a car that you like, a car that you don't hate, in 2024 that's used, that's nice, buy it. It's just so rare to come by. Just amazing. $14,000, 83,000 miles, and 2020, that's a 4-year-old car. Great. So with that, thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And my voice is killing me. Another reason why I haven't been making videos, my voice is dying. My voice is actually dying before my eyes. So yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And that is now the second time I've said that.